Hello everybody and welcome to Two Guys and a Few Good Men. I am TJ Washuk.
And I'm the Winter Weather.
And this is Movie Lowdown for the week of December 9th, 2019.
Yeah guys, we're going to do a little bit of a different format today. We're going to give you a little bit more space up here so we can add more googly goshes and badumpadoopies.
Whatever those are. Images.
Yes. So, that being said, I hope you guys like it. Let us know if it was a little bit funnier.
Yes.
So, let's get right into the news.
Let's get right into the news.
Because there's a lot to go through today, and we got 2 movies to review
Yes.
this week because Netflix gave us some... Netflix. First up this week, we've got a new R-word movie.
An R-word is what we're calling them now.
Yeah, we're not even gonna give it the satisfaction of being called a reboot. Oh, sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Sorry, cold
It's
this
like
week.
Voldemort.
Voldemort, what? Power Rangers are doing another reboot.
Yep, so there's going to be a new Power Rangers movie. It's going to be set in the 90s.
Which is how it should be. Like, that was the original Power Rangers. You just move it up at that point and it kind of
If you want to hit nostalgia, you're going to have to hit the 90s.
Exactly. So, not much they just announced this, I want to say either today or yesterday, so not much news on it, but something we can hate on for a little bit.
Well, we probably won't see another Bryan Cranston Zordon.
Oh, damn, he was so bad at it.
Or the guy from Stranger Things as the Red Ranger.
Or Bill Hader as...
3CPO? Or not 3CPO.
Alpha 6.
Alpha 6.
I got loud.
No, probably a whole brand new cast.
Yeah.
Since it's a reboot.
Which is fine. We'll see. We'll see who they start casting, because obviously they're going to
hopefully it'll be better than the last one. The last one I felt was pure
bad.
garbage.
Oh, so bad. Speaking of WB, just kidding, that's Saban. We got WB has removed Akira from its release date indefinitely. But
Not indefinitely.
Yeah, they said that on the...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And they gave the slot to Matrix... Is it 4?
Yeah, Matrix 4.
Okay, it's going to be Matrix 4, which now it's going to give Keanu Reeves a double release if he's part of it. I don't know, did they say he's part of it yet?
Pretty sure he will be.
Yeah, I'm sure. So if Keanu Reeves is going to be in that movie, he gets a double date on that one. He's going to have 2 movies
And what day was that? It was like
May
21?
21, yeah. I want to say May. I'm look it up. But also in the news with moving up.
Yeah, May 21. 21.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Also, news about things that are getting moved. We got Mortal Kombat has been moved to 2020. January 15th, 2020.
So that's really coming up.
Yeah, that's really close.
And we haven't seen the trailer yet.
So, somebody once told me this movie's gonna suck really bad.
James Wan is directing this.
Oh man.
And he's on a good track record, you know. With
I mean, that's less than a month away.
Yeah.
Did we write that wrong? Is it 2022?
There's no way. Maybe you wrote that wrong.
I might have written this wrong because that doesn't make any sense unless this movie's gonna have the last or the first
20 minutes later.
Okay. Yes, 2021.
2021. Sorry, I wrote that wrong because I was like, wait, there's no way that they're getting that movie done that quick. My bad. But yeah, so that's gonna be moved back to January 15th. 2021.
So I think it was originally supposed to come out at the end of next year.
I want to say it was November.
Yeah.
So but I mean, hey, you know, we'll get into this news now because it kind of has to do with people moving stuff back. MPC Studio, which is an animating...
The motion picture studio, I think is what
Motion Picture Capture Studio.
Yeah.
Who shot such movies as some stuff for Maleficent,
The Lion King, Detective Pikachu, Sonic.
They were going to be shutting down, and that is really big because I went through kind of the article that they were talking about this in the comments on Reddit, and you get a lot of people that have the same thought process. They like movies, they like reading about movies and visual effects. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize how much they get screwed over, the visual effects team.
Yeah.
Think about what they're talking about with Sonic right now. They worked extreme hours
17 plus hours
to get this done, and
it's because they're such short-handed.
Yeah,
that movie studio at one time had 800 employees. Mm-hmm. Since then, it probably has a lot less.
Yeah,
probably I don't know, maybe 500 or maybe even 300. Who knows?
But
still, they were getting pressured by these production companies to get their work done and on a deadline.
And that's a push. That's a huge push. It's a lot of work, and to get it done really quick like they did with Sonic was kind of really surprising. You know, I really didn't think that they were. I thought they were going to move it to March or April,
right?
Because to give it more time. But they're still coming out with the February 14th release. So,
which is ballsy.
Get your girlfriend or boyfriend and go see Sonic. February 14th, 2020. Also, some release dates. We've got the Shazam 2 will be coming out April 2020. And then the Flash was it 2022 or was it 2020?
2020.
So I thought it said 2022.
We're great.
I've been doing a really good job at writing.
2022.
Yeah, 2020. I knew I wrote one of them wrong.
Yeah.
So Flash is going to be coming out April 2022, which makes me really surprised because they were really talking about getting this done the next 2 years.
Oh, and Shazam 2022.
Oh, 2022. I'm
April
right.
1st.
I am just writing 2020s everywhere.
It's almost time.
I'm excited.
You should prep in your...
Yeah.
So you won't write 19.
Yeah, I'm not going to ever write 19. Everything's just going to be 2020 from now on, from the rest of the year. But yeah, 2022, we got Shazam 2 and Flash.
Within 4 months of each other.
So...
That's crazy.
I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with Flash. I know that they're going to do fine
I'm
with
just surprised that they're doing Shazam
before
Flash when they were supposed to do the Flash next year, you know, but that ended up being pushed back to 2020.
Yep. And last up for just our news before we go into who joined that movie, Marvel TV is shutting down. And that is the production company that was doing a lot of the
Runaways, maybe?
The Runaways, Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak and Dagger, yeah.
I want to say they did help with some of the stuff for
S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yep. And I'm sure they offered a couple things to Marvel once in a while. Or the Netflix ones. I know Netflix did those themselves, but I'm sure that they offered some assistance. But they're shutting down. They're actually not going to be shutting down. They're going to be merging,
absorbed, I guess.
Yep, merging with Marvel Studios. So that puts a big... I think that's huge because you can start adding other characters to TV shows really easy.
Oh, yeah.
Like from the MCU.
It helps with the creative team.
Yeah, and I think that's smart with all the movies that they're coming out with the people from the MCU.
They're supposed to coincide. TV and movies are now going to be one, which seems like the Star Wars is going to be doing that too, based off of what I'm thinking with the Mandalorian.
Yeah,
it's going to coincide with a movie.
We talked about that. Maybe Baby Yoda's going to come into come in there and stab Palpatine at the end.
Right.
That would be great if that happened. Best Star Wars movie ever.
Imagine if they have Baby Yoda in the new Star Wars.
That's what I was saying. Yeah. I really think that they're gonna either the Mandalorian's gonna be in it unless he dies by the last episode, which we only have one episode left, or two. So and that's released after the movie.
It's gonna be released after, yeah.
So
maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now we'll get into our who
joined that movie.
All right, we've got Jonathan Groff is going to be joining the Matrix 2.
Matrix 4?
Or Matrix 4, I don't know why I'm horrible today at writing shit.
You might need that.
I probably do.
So the guy from Mindhunters, he's also the voice of one of the characters in Frozen, the Prince guy. I can never remember this guy's name because I don't really watch Frozen.
I would really hope that you didn't remember the name. That would be a little...
Christoph. Christoph.
Okay.
He's the lovable guy, Christoph. But yeah, I think he might be the actor that's joining the Matrix, might be a new agent.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
Because I think he would play a great part. He looks like an agent. In Mindhunter, he's an agent.
He's an agent. he plays the part well.
Right.
So I'm excited to see who their new agent is.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be a really good fit, and I think that
we'll see more cast soon, I'm sure.
Yeah. And then we got Archie Yates is going to be joining the new Home Alone reboot. That's going to be on Disney Plus?
You said they are.
I know. I wrote it down. That's why.
It's a Disney Plus exclusive.
Okay. And then the parents are going to be Rob Delaney and Ellie Camper.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know who Rob Delaney is, he's in a lot of HBO shows, Showtime. I can't remember the names of them, but he was also in Deadpool 2. He played the character with
Peter,
that's right. Played Peter in the movie.
You could skip that.
Oops. So yeah, interesting to see how they're going to be pushing forward with this. I'd love to see who the bad guys are. If they could get
Joe Pesci back
and the other guy, I think that'd be great. Like if they're like way older, they're like older robbers.
Oh my god. Or they're training robbers.
Yeah. Yeehaw! But so that's gonna be our news for this week. There's quite a bit, but not a lot of who joined that movie. Idris Elba's character they just confirmed finally is gonna be mercenary
in Suicide Squad.
So that's cool.
But yeah, that's it for this week's movie news. Let's get into our movie reviews.
People were declared dead.
None of us will be remembered. What's about to happen will.
Good things when you raise the bad ones, right?
Who the hell are you?
We're no one.
If they exist, they can be made not to.
Bobby, they have fighter jets!
First up, let's talk about the Netflix exclusive 6 Underground.
Yes, and I've been really excited for this movie. I caught the trailer early on. It wasn't advertised well. I didn't realize that there was another trailer before the new trailer that came out. I thought that the first Netflix trailer was the one that released it. But there was actually one like 2 months before that completely went over, I guess, a lot of people's heads.
I didn't even see any ads for this at all, honestly. They didn't promote it really on Netflix before it came out.
Nope. And it looked really good. I was really excited for this movie. I stayed up till 12 o'clock, and I was like, okay, cool, it's going to be on Netflix. Turns out that we have to wait for fucking California because they're an hour behind us, and all your shows that come out at 12 o'clock end up coming out at 1 o'clock.
For California time. Gotcha.
Yep. And so
it's not Eastern time?
No.
Huh.
So I had to wait until 1 o'clock to see it. I believe you did too.
Yeah, I watched after 1.
So, but the beginning of this movie was probably one of my favorite action scenes of this year.
It was almost like Baby Driver.
Yeah, it was a really awesome opener with, if you see the Netflix trailer for it, like not just the trailer, the Netflix specific one, a lot of the scenes where they're driving in the car, actually a bunch of the scene from that actual set, it looks great. It was great. It was shot great. It was acted great. The rest of the movie kind of fell apart after that.
Tanked.
It was great Michael Bay stuff. Like if you like explosions, you like plot lines that are a little bit derivative for just action.
There's a lot of loophole or plot holes.
Easily. And I'm gonna be honest. I was so excited for this movie. I still haven't finished it.
Yeah.
And it was, like I said, the action in it is really fun. There's some funny scenes. There's some funny stuff that happens. There's some goofy scenes, but
some things that don't make sense.
There's a lot of things that don't make sense, and it felt like this movie should have been a 2-hour and 45-minute movie. It's a 2-hour, I want to say 2-hour and 10-minute movie.
But there's a lot of things they don't explain.
There's a lot of things that just go over the head. Now, they did say that they are in production for...
No, they were thinking about doing the sequel.
Okay. Which, if they did, I think that would ultimately kind of save them.
Right.
They could easily talk about more of the stuff that wasn't talked about in this movie.
So make it better.
Yeah, so they have a chance. Like if they do go through with this, Netflix decides to go through with this, I think that it would be a great idea for them to capitalize on that.
Yeah, and apparently this film had a budget of $150 million. The second most expensive film ever to be produced by Netflix, behind The Irishman. The Irishman was once $175 million.
So
and that's this is 1 year.
1 year that they dropped that much money.
Yeah,
that's
for both those movies.
And it makes sense. Like I said, Michael Bay is a lot of explosions, a lot of stuff that is just...
He's producing Lobo. That's disappointing.
At least it's not Transformers. But yeah, ultimately, I was really... me personally, I was really bummed with this movie. I thought it was going to be way better. And I thought it was going to deliver a lot more. It didn't.
Yeah, it was kind of like a Smoking Aces kind of a movie.
Mm-hmm. Where it's kind of niche, whether you like it or not.
Right. Like that type of style of storytelling, where there's 6 different people. It ends up being 7 different side stories for all of them, and they don't really explain too much background on each character. They kind of go into them, but they don't fully explain why they're doing this, why they're a part of it. Then also, there's no CIA or military after these people.
They're supposed to be like dead.
They're ghosts, and there's no one going after them. And that's, I don't know, just felt like a false world.
Yeah,
like,
very much so.
I didn't really care for this movie, so I'm gonna have to give it a... Unfortunately, Ryan Reynolds, sorry.
Oh, Ryan Reynolds, I thought he was great in it. I thought he was funny. I think that he was just in over his head. We're not realizing that... I didn't feel like the cast gelled well. I felt like that was part of the problem, was that it was so fast-paced, some of the people didn't feel like they gelled well, and it just felt like it was just a big mixed match of explosions and shit going on.
Right.
So, but next up, we did see for our actual movie of the week, we went and saw Richard Jewell.
I want you to say into this phone, there's a bomb in Centennial Park. You have 30 minutes.
Richard, you're a national hero now.
Thank you, sir. But I was just doing my job.
And wow, this is...
It was good.
It was a great movie, but there was a lot of it that just...
Drag.
Yeah. I felt like they did a great job portraying that, you know, there was this guy that maybe was in the worst situation by far, and just such a nice person that he kind of let things get out of hand really quickly.
He just didn't care too much. It seemed like, just like his body.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about his body. He doesn't care about his life.
The ending shot of this movie is him eating a donut.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. Eating a chocolate donut.
And he's a cop now.
Yeah, and he's a cop. He's a cop!
Yeah, it's based on true events.
Yes.
For the most part, I felt like they nailed the 90s perfectly.
I mean, there was a couple of shots where they were doing the cameras zooming in when they were walking through crowds, and like I always remembered they did those shots all the time for the 90s where people like were, you know, even anytime where they're walking through a crowd and they're like trying to get through people,
and they get right in their face,
and they're like interviewing them. Yeah. So that felt like authentic. A lot of the tell them your big gripe with it.
So there's always something that stands out for these period piece movies. This one was a big one.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was a Sega Genesis. Okay. So inside Richard Jewell's house, there was a controller on the table next to the TV. I followed that controller to look to see what was connected to it because I thought it was a Sega Genesis controller. No, it was the original Xbox that came out in
November
2001.
15th, 2001.
And this movie takes place
in 1996. So and at first I'm sitting there. He told me in the theater, and he was like, "That's an Xbox," and I missed it. And then every scene that like it showed it, I would miss it. And then finally I figured out where it was at. And no joke, like you see it, and you're like, "Oh,
Clint Eastwood, you're so old."
He was like, "When did Xboxes come out?" And they're like, somewhere in the 90s.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Put it in there." He plays video games.
Yeah.
He's gonna play shooting games on there. But down to like, there was a part where he meets up with Sam Rockwell's character down and plays
his attorney.
Yeah, but they play. This is before they like are friends and talk to each other a lot. He goes down and plays the shooting game with them.
Yeah, arcade.
So that was cool that they brought an arcade in it, and it was like, you know, something people did on their breaks
in the 80s.
In the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Like, so, But this movie, it felt like it wasn't sloppy. It was well paced. It was just boring on some of those well placed or paced spots.
Right.
It was just really. It just makes you go. You check your phone. You're going.
It's
How long has this movie been?
it's like a novel, I would say, for
Very much so. Yeah, it felt like I was reading like a history book with all the different. Yeah. Character-wise, I'd say that everyone played a really good character. I love John Hamm in this movie.
John Hamm was great.
Sam Rockwell.
Kathy Bates, she's a great mom.
Yeah, she made me cry at the end of the scene. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna cry. But everyone played their part. I thought a couple of the characters that stood out were the FBI agents. One that was with whoever the FBI agent was that was with John Hamm the whole time.
Right.
I thought he was great. I thought he played his character really like as a side character. Like it made it even better. But it was a good movie. It's just one of those ones that they could have shaved down and cut some stuff out of it.
Yeah, they could have sped it up a little bit. And then the main character, Paul Walter Hauser, I feel like he's just a typecast now for those type of characters.
Yeah.
The dopey, doughy guys.
There was a low-key roast in there. I forgot what it was.
They called him Bubba, or
the Bubba Bomber.
Bubba Bomber.
That was like, damn, they roasted him on. I mean, they do that stuff, but like, I was like, damn, I forgot how real the '90s were, where we just like put up.
I know. But it's funny that it shows, the media and the FBI pushed him to, be shown as the villain.
And they really showed how the FBI kind of would take advantage of people, especially like him, who's a nice person that may not know. He knows all the rules, but he may not see through. He's thinking that he's helping them.
Yes. It's almost like he has Down syndrome.
But he's
not.
Nah, he's just one of those people that overcompensated for his abilities and wanted something so badly that he kind of pushed it to the limit until he got it and then ended up losing it.
Right.
So, but ultimately, great movie.
I'm sure our parents would like this.
Oh,
our
yeah.
grandparents.
We were only like, what, 6 and 7 when that happened? So, and then I want to talk about a movie I'd also watched last night. I watched Marriage Story.
Oh, yeah, I started watching that. I didn't finish it, though.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought that Adam Driver is just such a... I didn't like it in the sense that I'm going to watch it again. But the first time through, it was heartbreaking. It was...
It just seemed like another Blue Valentine.
Yeah. I mean, it was very derivative of something that they're, I don't understand why they're going to be the top actors of the year. Like why was put into a category. I mean, they did really good.
And it's another Netflix exclusive.
So, but I just want to bring that up. I probably will watch it again. But it was good. It just wasn't. I thought it was going to be more dynamic with the fact that they got nominated for, was it Emmys or Golden Globes?
The Golden Globes.
Golden Globes. So they got nominated for Golden Globes. I figured there'd be a little bit more substance to that.
I know.
And it really wasn't. So it was a cute movie and sad and heartbreaking, but at the same time, it was okay. So, but see it. I mean, I'm just an idiot.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Do appreciate that. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to check out our other friends' podcast, Chocolate Swordfish, as well as our new podcast, Movie Lowdown, which is kind of our sidecast
on iTunes and
Spotify.
You
can check us out usually on Tuesdays or Wednesdays they'll come out.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys so much. As always, I'm TJ Washuk.
And I am John F. Kennedy.
We love you, and good night.
Oh no, I'm in the grassy knoll!
This has been a Two Guys Production.